What's good, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, here to give you guys some of the best trolling content YouTube has to offer. I had to do a stream. I got a brand new backup computer so I could follow you guys in the chat. We got Simply Deep in the building. We got the Cynical One. We got Angela C in the building. We got Vietnamese style, says GMT back at it. We got down south yellow. So this is definitely gonna be an action packed show. I'm gonna bring stuff. I'm gonna bring something back from the old school, from my golden years as streaming. We got Jewel King says salute to the Grandmaster Troll, number one troll on YouTube. That's right. So with that shit, shout out to the Reject Army, the Nifnots, the Dishwashers, the Badwetters, the Defactors of the Black World, the Gorilla Pimps, the Gorilla Sips, the single women out there, and most importantly, witness power in the might that is the most dangerous troll on YouTube. And like I said, today we got an action-packed show. That's right. I had to bring back the topics. I had to bring back the topics. So you know we got a action-packed show when we bring back the topics. So make sure you support this show. Hit the Cash App, $ the Grandmaster Troll, and get your name in the top donators box right here. That's where the top donator box is gonna be. So we got a whole lot to talk about. That's right. We gotta talk about. We gotta talk about the new Joe Biden America. The new Joe Biden America. We gotta go to topic number one. I gotta bring you to the Gavin Newsom, California. I gotta bring you to the Mayor London Breed, San Francisco, the Mayor Shane Tao, Oakland, where they are letting criminals rob people, hit them over the head, shoot them, gun them down, tear them out the frame in broad daylight. So somebody said, talk louder. My audio is low. Let me see if I can turn the gain up. Let me see if I can turn the gain up, turn my volume up. It should be good right there. I got it damn near all the way up. It looks like JR is hard of hearing. JR, let me know if the sound is good. I turned the knob up. I slid the slider up. I mean, I should be a little bit louder. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear it on the playback. Okay. Let me see if we can turn it up, max. Let's see if we can turn it up, max. See what the sound is like. I won't be able to hear it. You guys will tell me if I'm too loud, just right. Let me know. We got Richard Conley in the building, but we gotta take you to the land of the bippers. We got some clips. We gotta run by. We got some clips. We gotta run you some clips. I got to run you some clips because what is being allowed to transpire here in California? Oh, you can't even go to the gas station and pump your gas. You gotta watch your back and turn your back. You gotta be on point. When you in Oakland, when you in San Francisco, going to the gas station. This is why. Hold on. What's this? Okay. We got down south yellow coming through 333 on the Cash App. Let's go ahead and add down south yellow. Let's see if we can add his name. Add his name real quick. Coming through 333 on the Cash App. Now, it's been a reason why I've been doing these shows. Support, it's been lacking on the Cash app side of the game, man. I know we living in that Joe Biden economy, and inflation is kicking y'all butt. Used to be able to go to McDonald's and get you a McDouble for $1. You used to be able to get 2 apple pies for $1 at McDonald's. Now they asking for $3-4 for little McDouble sandwich. So I know you go to the grocery store. Ribs is up, steaks is up, eggs is up, milk is up. I know, and things is getting a little bit tight, so the donations just ain't been there. But salute to my boy down south, Yella, being able to give what he could give. He came through 333 on the super chat. But we gotta talk about I got to run you these clips real quick. Let me see if I can get my sound right. Okay, which window do I want to use? I want to use this window. Look at that. Look at that. My stuff not even popping up. My stuff not even popping up. We gotta talk about this right here. Do I want to use this one, or do I want to go super big? I think I want to go super big first. Let's see the story we got here.
And it's gotten so bad that the governor is getting involved again.
Yeah, now for the second time in 6 months, Devin, in August, he sent 6 CHP officers to Oakland, and now he's sending 20 times that amount. The governor says he's hoping to build off some of the success a similar deployment had just across the bay in San Francisco.
I think there's a strong message from all of us. Number one, we want to make sure that people committing crimes, there has to be consequences.
OPD crime stats show a 37% spike in robberies and a 27% increase in burglaries in 2023 compared to 2022.
They just look around all the time, and then they see PD leaves for a second, and then that's when they take the chance.
It was enough to prompt the local In-N-Out to announce its first restaurant closure ever. And the nearby Denny's that closed just last week because of crime already looks like it's been abandoned for years.
The Oakland Airport, the Hagenberger 98th area corridor is a gateway into the East Bay. And we have got to invest more and have dedicated regional, statewide collaboration on how we are going to support and strengthen that corridor.
The CHP deployment is not only meant to help local agencies track down criminals, but also to deter more from jumping on the bandwagon.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Now, I remember a couple of years back, these same people was talking about defund the police. The police don't need resources. We need to, move money to other programs to help the community. We've gotta have money for these jobs. We gotta have money for neighborhood economic development, and then all of a sudden, robberies go up, murders go up, people's getting hit over the head, and these same people who was crying, defund the police, is now on my TV talking about we need to send the highway patrol to the 98th corridor in East Oakland because it's a gateway, because that's where the airport is at, and all these crimes are happening. Oh, how times have changed.
You have extra resources, it prevent people from making those decisions, and especially in our city where people sense that it's a free-for-all.
But not all are welcoming the additional forces. Kat Brooks with the Anti-Police Terror Project says the surge of crime is wrong, but an influx of officers could backfire on Oakland's own citizens.
It's going to be 120 officers, and I guarantee you it's going to be a lot more violence against our community members. is more police presence, more unnecessary contact between our
you see how these Black Lives, these BLM activists, how they get up here. This may be a bad idea because the police is going to come in and the police is going to inflict violence and abuse the rights of citizens. And this. No, that's not what's going to happen. Black Lives activists, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have these influx of officers, and instead of them arresting the people who are breaking into people's houses, into people's small businesses, hitting people over the head, robbing them broad daylight in high definition in front of a 4K camera. Instead of that, these police officers, they're going to pull you law-abiding citizens over, unsafe lane change, failure to stop at a stop sign, driving 5 miles per hour over said speed limit. You see, what ends up happening is the citizens who are going about their day-to-day life, they're going to come in contact more often than the criminals who are out there committing crime. So it's always the citizens who are going to face the blunt of ineffective policing. But instead of having that conversation, we gotta have this Black Lives Matter and black and brown people are gonna be abused by the influx of officers. See, this is always the default argument, when the default argument is citizens are gonna find themselves policed more, and they're gonna have to pay extra fines and ticket costs because those are who the highway patrol is going to enforce upon, because the criminals don't commit crimes when the cops are nearby. As soon as that cop leaves is when the criminals go to work.
communities and law enforcement, more police violence.
All right, so my question is it just the benefit of more officers, or are there some things that the CHP can do or perhaps do better than Oakland Police?
So yes and yes. Now, CHP has really broad powers across the state, and among those 120 officers, we can expect to see some narcotics officers, some canine units as well. Now, remember, OPD has a no-chase policy, a pretty strictly enforced no-chase policy that does not apply to CHP officers. So a lot of those pursuits that we don't see right now in Oakland to go after some of those thieves, we might now see under the CHP patrol.
And just
see, and that's the problem right there. The CHP can chase him, but the OPD can't chase him down. Why not? Why not just let OPD chase robbers, burglars, people who have committed crimes, so they could face justice? Why do we have to bring CHP in?
The obvious benefit of those additional 120 officers on the street policing those areas. Thank you so much.
So we are still not done. Hold on, we are still not done. Cause I gotta bring y'all to the land of the bippers. This is the land of the bippers. I gotta show you what these bippers do, so you could better be aware from it. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the exact video I want to share. Let me see. Which one? Okay. This is what bippers do. This is what bippers do at the gas station. You know, you on your way to work, you coming home from work, You're driving your car, you look down, you see that your car is on E. So what do? You go to the gas station and you have no idea why you going to work. Criminals is going to work on you. So with that said, let me see if I can play this video right here. I can show you guys land of the bippers.
January 24th, Lakeshore, Oakland, California. Gray Honda Accord rolls up, all tinted out, scopes out this Audi, but notices there's a lot of eyes on them. Woman inside the vehicle is also aware of their presence. They decide to pass and take off. Moments later, old Asian woman stops to pump gas in her Audi sedan. Same Honda backs up, observes the lady pumping her gas, waits for her to finish, and as she walks around the sedan to the driver's side, the goon jumps out, goes to the passenger side window, smashes it, takes the goods, and takes off. Always important, make sure, don't leave your valuables out. Always be aware of the surroundings.
Hey, you see how smooth that, you see how smooth that was right there? I mean, you are literally sitting in your front seat of your car. And I know some of you women out there, when you ride in your car, you got your purse on the passenger seat, you got your purse on the back seat, you got your purse, whatever you put your purse when you driving, and you think you out there safe, and you have no idea while you going to work, criminals are going to work on you. You be in your seat about to leave, thinking you home free, but you have no idea you have one of the most dangerous gas stations in East Oakland, California. So just before you about to pull out and leave, the bippers come from the blind side. The bippers come from the blind side. Break your glass, snatch your purse, and before you even get out your motherfucking car, the bippers is gone down the street. And the only thing you can do is walk your monkey ass inside the gas station, tell the gas attendant the bippers done got me. And then you gotta call the police, and then by the time the police get there, if you had your cell phone in your purse, the bippers done got your cell phone, they done cracked the password, they are emptying them banking accounts. We seen what happened to the passport bros. You get your bank accounts emptied, you get your stock portfolio emptied, you get your crypto portfolio empty, the bippers got your wallet, which means they got your credit card, and before the police even show up to take an incident report, they done all the bippers done already. The bippers already done maxed out your credit cards. All that is done in the first 10-15 minutes. Police ain't even showed up to the gas station. You ain't got a phone to call nobody. The only thing you got is a car with a busted window and some car keys. But this is what the bippers is out here doing in Oakland. They are running up on people. They are running up on people at the gas station. Let's see if we got some more. I could have sworn I had some more of these videos to show. Dudes getting licked at the gas station.
Texas attorney is putting up a reward, 10 grand, to help catch the man who robbed her son as he was gassing up near the Oakland airport. She tells Don Lynn that what's happening in Oakland should not be normalized.
A brazen daytime robbery at a Hagenberger Road 76 gas station happened just before 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. The victim's car is the white Ford Explorer rental SUV. A four-door Infiniti pulls up. One person gets out, breaks the back window to open the door. The robbers then take luggage and belongings. Another robber walks around and points a gun at a 21-year-old victim to rob him of his bracelets and watch. The robbers also robbed the passengers of their phones and wallets.
Stop the show. I want the people to tell me what are you gonna do? What you gonna do when you just got off your flight from the airport, meaning you ain't got no weapons on you because you can't get them passed through security. You ain't got no weapons on you. You go get your rental car. You think you about to go to the hotel and check in. And before you can even check in, the bippers done come out with that 4-5. They waving 4-5s at you, talking about break yourself. What are you gonna do then? What are you got your kids on you? Your kids is getting robbed. I'm telling you, we all see the clip right here. These Negroes, they are not playing with you. Let me see if I can back this up real quick. Door
Infiniti pulls up. One person gets out, breaks the back window to open the door. The robbers then take luggage and belongings. Another robber walks around and points a gun at a 21-year-old.
What you gonna do when a bipper draw down on you? When he start drawing on you like an artist? Tell me, what are you gonna do, Buster Free Jones, when they drawing on you like an artist? What you gonna do? Are you gonna die? Are you gonna be willing to die behind your $1,000 watch? Are you gonna be willing to die behind an iPhone 14? Are you really gonna die about it? Cause the bippers aren't playing right here. The bippers aren't playing.
Victim to rob him of his bracelets and watch. The robbers also robbed the passengers of their phones and wallets.
Our son was hit with a gun multiple times. He was robbed violently.
You getting pistol whipped on your vacation.
As his friends were as well.
Maxie Schur is the mother of the 21-year-old driver. The Texas attorney is offering $10,000 for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the robbers.
The reason we are offering this reward is because it's enough. It's enough. What happened to our son, we don't want any other son to feel that way.
Maxie's family, her son, and friends flew into the Napa area to celebrate her son turning 21 years old. Her son was on the way to drop off the rental car before flying out of Oakland.
I wish I could just erase those last few moments, because before that, it was one of the best weekends all of us had ever had.
Maxie says what's shocking to her family is crime appears to be normalized by politicians in Oakland. She says it feels like crime is accepted as a way of life, and it shouldn't be.
Yes, crime is accepted. You see what you people don't understand. What people don't understand, there's an economy. There's a well-oiled machine economy behind crime. Everybody benefits from it. The people that rented that car to them, they know before you take that car back to that rental company, you gotta fill it up with a full tank of gas. Meaning, when you leave Napa, you can't fill up in Napa. You gotta bring your ass down to Richmond. You gotta bring your ass down to Berkeley. You gotta bring your ass down to Emeryville. You gotta bring your ass down to Oakland where the bippers is at work. They know you gotta fill up your car with gas. So you pull in thinking you gonna fill up with gas, and as soon as you turn up your car and shift it into park, as soon as you open your door, you are a target. You can't run nowhere. You can't hide nowhere. You ain't got no 4-5s on you because you going to the airport, so you ain't got that burner on you to defend yourself. You are food to the bippers. But I know some of you people out there, some of you people saying, GMT, I'm not going to Oakland. I'm going to keep my scary ass home. You see, when I'm home, there's nothing the bippers can do when I'm at home. Oh, you don't know about Joe Biden's America. This is because you at home. You think because you at home, you safe? You think because you at home, you are safe? Let me see if I can play this story to them folks who think they safe at home and don't want to go outside. Because eventually, you got to go outside.
A Whittier family survives an alarming close call with criminals who attempted to invade their home.
Yeah, the crooks were impersonating workers, but the family just wasn't fooled by it. Chris Wolf joining us live from Whittier. He's got more on the story. Chris?
Yeah, good evening, Rick and Karine and everybody. We have seen deputies on patrol tonight. This is a mixed neighborhood. There are some older folks out here, some young families. We're not far from a high school. People I spoke with say this is typically a very quiet and safe place to live. But what happened Friday night changes everything. Three strangers approach a home in Whittier claiming to be from the gas company. One man is wearing a brightly colored vest. They ask the homeowners for access to the property, saying they have to check meters. But something doesn't feel right, especially given the fact that the men are wearing medical masks and hoodies. Suspicious, the homeowners refuse to let them inside, and the strangers walk away. The man and two women who were inside emerged to investigate. That's when the hooded figures turn around and race towards their intended victims, the men grabbing at their waists, then pulling guns on the homeowners.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Let me see if I can blow this up so I can show you these niggas out here. They're not playing. You think they playing. They not playing with you.
That's when the hooded figures turn around and race towards their intended victims, the men grabbing at their waists, then pulling guns on the homeowners. The would-be intruders eventually disappear, leaving the household in shock and calling 911. The victims of what appears to be an attempted home invasion robbery are now posting the chilling footage on social media and neighborhood watchdog apps.
Stop the show. You see? If these criminals was just a little bit smarter, if they was just a little bit smarter, but this is what criminals are doing. They're working with each other. They're working together. They're coming up with different schemes to break in, run up in, and take your shit. This is what they doing. Now, unfortunately, he had the vest on, but you know, they still out there with hoodies. They still out there with a COVID mask. They still walking with the gangster limp. And they really don't blend in. All they gotta do is put on them high-water jeans, collared shirt, have that vest on, have a car with the PG&E logo on it, and some of you Negroes, some of you law-abiding citizens will fall for it, and you will get ran down. Oh, now, I don't know about you. I don't want to be in position when I'm outside my front door trying to figure out who these suspects is, and then in the blink of an eye, they running at me with 4-5s talking about break yourself, home evasions. it was only by the grace of God that he was able to get back inside. Let's run it back one more time.
3 strangers approach a home in Whittier claiming to be from the gas company. One man is wearing a brightly colored vest. They ask the homeowners for access to the property, saying they have to check meters. But something doesn't feel right, especially given the fact that the men are wearing medical masks and hoodies.
It was the masks, it was the hoodies, and it was the gangster pimp walk.
Hoodies. Suspicious, the homeowners refused.
And they also out there sagging their pants. They had their pants on a little bit higher. Who knows what would have happened?
Refused to let them inside, and the strangers walk away. The man and 2 women who were inside emerged to investigate.
You come outside. Who knows? You could have came outside barefoot. You could have came outside with some house shoes on, and then when they came back running, if you trip and fall, it's over for you.
That's when the hooded figures turn around and race towards their intended victims, the men grabbing at their waists, then pulling guns on the homeowners. The would-be intruders eventually disappear, leaving the household in shock and calling 911. The victims of what appears to be an attempted home invasion robbery are now posting the chilling footage on social media and neighborhood watchdog apps to warn the community. This all happened along Bradwell Avenue on Friday, May 24th, around 7 p.m. Some neighbors are just finding out through KTLA.
I mean, it's very unsettling, just the thought that they would go as far to imitate the gas company, do it, it sounds like during the day. A lot of stuff to really think about. So still processing it, to be honest with you, but it's definitely a weird, concerning sort of thing that you don't like to hear in your neighborhood.
Let's look at the violent encounter from another angle and another neighbor's security footage. You can see the 3 strangers retreating down the sidewalk before turning around and chasing down their intended victims. People who live on this street are stunned, saying the neighborhood is typically calm and quiet. One woman tells us she can't even remember the last time law enforcement arrived to answer an emergency call. Everyone is now on high alert.
Wait a minute. So somebody tell me what happened with CHP being deployed and extra police enforcement and extra police presence, people calling 911, and the police ain't showing up, and we got people out here trying to commit home evasion robberies, and they're disguising themselves as PG&E guys, cable guys, trash guys, whoever, Amazon delivery drivers, UPS, FedEx delivery drivers. I mean, just think about the schematics these criminals could use to get in your house, and you don't even know. Somebody knock on your door, you see somebody in a UPS delivery outfit, you got yourself a package on the way, you open your door, then the next thing you know, somebody waving the 4-5 at you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do with these criminals when they come for you? Are you gonna be on Channel 5 News talking about how you got and how shocked you were and how you thought the neighborhood was so quiet and so peaceful and this, that, and the third?
People come by with solar options, all sorts of things. So it's kind of got to be something we think about now, especially with my 2 girls here.
The criminals are described as Hispanic men in their 20s. Always be on high alert if a stranger comes to your door, no matter who they say they are or what they say they are. Be well aware of that. We'll have more throughout the night. For now, reporting live in Whittier, I'm Chris.
So that's pretty much. Let me see. That's pretty much the land of the bippers. You gotta watch out for the land of the bippers. Because you will get bipped out here. Oakland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, nearby suburbs are starting to spill over there. You need to watch your back. You need to have a camera system at your door and be able to talk people from the safety of a triple locked door in your house, because you have no idea what kind of schemes and schematics these bippers and these criminals got for you. But we're going to move on to topic number 2. We're going to talk about topic number 2. We're going to talk about your boy, SRT Miles. That's right, SRT Miles. Shout out to SRT Miles. So there's this new trend on social media. You know, you get yourself a car, you get yourself a fast car, you make it loud, you make it fast, and then you create YouTube videos, you create Instagram videos, TikTok videos, and all of a sudden you got all these followers and you making all this money. So we got our boy SRT Miles. Let me show you what SRT Miles is doing real quick. Let me see if I can pull up our boy. Let me see if I can pull up our boy, SRT Miles.
They're sleepless in Seattle, and it's all because of this really loud car. Folks in Seattle say they're being tormented by the sound of the muscle car roaring through streets late at night. It's nonstop, and the driver doesn't even have to be in the vehicle to keep his neighbors awake. Look, he's starting the car with his key fob from his balcony.
This car is just like on a different level of loudness.
Chris Allen lives in a 17th floor apartment downtown.
I can feel my floor vibrate as he goes by.
Authorities know the name of the driver. He's 20-year-old Miles Hudson. They pulled him over a few weeks ago.
Why don't you go to Pacific Raceways? I don't race. I do this on social media.
After a barrage of complaints, authorities are trying to crack down. The city is demanding he bring his car into compliance with noise regulations. Penalties could amount to thousands of dollars. Mr. Hudson has cultivated online infamy by flagrantly breaking Seattle's laws and waking his neighbors with excessive noise, the city prosecutor says. You can't miss the car. It's a souped-up Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat with one-of-a-kind tiger stripes. Hellcat is right.
The driver's mom is trying to help him out, sending an email to officials saying not only is her son no longer driving the car, but he no longer has it in his possession.
That's what they want you to believe. Hold on, let's go to an updated story real quick.
In this world, we don't get the control
of your boy SRT Miles. He got hit with $83,000 in penalties.
Miles Hudson is still not complying with a court order and a lawsuit that the city filed against him. You'll see some of the new videos that prosecutors have in this case, but they set a deadline. He was supposed to fix that car by April 15th. Instead, the prosecutor's office says that he continues to flaunt this excessive noise on social media.
Randy, wake them up. Wake up! The middle of the night in Seattle. And the noise that's become...
Wait. Stop the motherfucking show. Is there something wrong with you Negroes where it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you say, self, what I should do is I should go in my loud ass Hellcat SRT Charger, rev the engine while screaming at the top of my lungs to people in the neighborhood to wake they ass up. I mean, is there something wrong? Is there a special type of Negro that's out here doing this? Because if you can show me somebody else, if you could show me a white man, if you could show me an Arab man, if you could show me a Latin man or a man of a different descent that's out here 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 12 midnight, where people are trying to sleep, and he's just going around revving his engine. What is wrong with Negroes?
All too familiar for people living here. Police say Miles Hudson drives this Dodge Charger Hellcat and posts the videos on his Instagram. You ready? Making money from scenes like this, where he's accused of driving 107 miles per hour on city streets.
I mean, if he's driving 107 miles per hour in downtown, that's putting people's lives at risk. So, I mean, what are we waiting for him to kill someone?
Chris Allen lives downtown and says the noise is beyond just a disruption.
I actually woke up in the middle of the night thinking it was gunshots until I realized, oh, it's, Miles Hudson and his Charger.
Prosecutors charged Hudson with reckless driving, and then the city sued him, ordering him to fix the car's exhaust. But now court records say the city alleges Hudson hasn't fixed the car or responded to their lawsuit against him. The city is now seeking a staggering $1,300 for every day that the car isn't in compliance with the city's noise ordinance. Hudson's mom emailed the court earlier this month claiming she's trying to get the car fixed and that Miles no longer had access to it. But this video was sent to the court last week showing the distinct Charger backfiring and then pulling into Hudson's downtown apartment. Wake up! Prosecutors say they're hoping $83,000 in fines may hopefully be enough to buy people in Seattle some peace and quiet.
Stop the show. I tell you. White people. Let me explain something to white people. When you find a black person, $83,000. Especially if he's a black man. $83,000. And he ain't got the money to pay it. He's not gonna quiver. He's not gonna sweat. He's not gonna fall back in line. He's gonna continue operating the same way he's operating because he has no intentions of paying $83,000 because he ain't got it. When you find somebody an exorbitant amount of money to the point where it is impossible to pay it off, black folks will operate in the world in which I will never pay that $83,000. So I'm not going to worry about paying that $83,000. What you're going to have to do, white folk, you're going to have to roll up on him. You're going to have to go to his address. You are going to have to take away his car. You're going to have to suspend his driver's license. The reason why you suspend his driver's license, so when he's out there driving in a car that's registered to him, and those police cars that got those license plates readers, it will notify the police that the registered owner to this vehicle, their license is suspended, and that will thus initiate a traffic stop. Mailing SRT Miles $1,300 a day penalty fees is not going to stop SRT Miles from doing what he's doing. So this is why This is why I'm having a hard time dealing with you white folks as lawmakers. Because there was a time back in the day, y'all used to take foot and ass, but now y'all gotten soft, y'all done eased up, you done let these criminals, you done let these nuances run a complete amok, and you think, well, if I just send him a notice in the mail, if I just send him this fine in the mail, if I tell him to stop, he'll stop doing what he's doing. That's not how it works with black folk. You gotta take your foot and you gotta break it off in their ass. You gotta take away their cars, you gotta arrest them, you gotta throw them in jail, and you gotta keep them in jail, and you gotta let people know we not playing, we not having this. If you do this, we are taking you off the streets. We are putting you away. In the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, y'all was putting Negroes away. You was doing your job. You was putting Negroes away. Now all of a sudden, ever since COVID and the pandemic ended, y'all done eased up and y'all letting everybody run amok. They are letting everybody run amok. Let's see, what else we got on the GMT live show? Oh, we gotta talk about prom. We gotta talk about prom and graduation. We gotta talk about prom. We gotta talk about prom and graduation. Oh, we definitely gotta talk about it, you know. Because I'm seeing a disturbing trend with prom, and I'm starting to see a trend with graduations. You know, when it's time for prom, it's time for graduation, you know, I let y'all Negroes celebrate your proms. I let you celebrate your graduations, however you want to celebrate your graduations. But now it is getting ridiculous. I see you Negroes out there. I see you Negroes out there, the same Negroes who's crying about black people need reparations, and we're so impressed, and black poverty and the racial wealth gap. I see y'all Negroes every day. But when it's prom, y'all renting Ferraris, y'all renting Rolls Royces, y'all renting Lamborghinis, y'all got these expensive dresses on, y'all got these expensive suits. It looked like the Met Gala at your proms, and then y'all on Instagram, y'all on social media flexing how much money you done spent for your prom. Some of y'all spending tens of thousands of dollars on your prom. And I know, I know, I've been seeing this for the last couple of years. And you guys use the same talking points. Oh, let them kids have fun. Let them enjoy their night. Oh, them kids deserve it. Then a couple of years later, the same kids some will even graduate from college. Then I have to see a YouTube video of that same kid who just graduated from college. They can't find a job. They're being oppressed. Society lied to them about a college degree. Their college degree isn't worth nothing, this, that, and the third. And I'm just sitting back. And I'd be like, well, maybe if your mama didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars on prom night, And I don't know, maybe actually invested in your future, maybe you would be sitting in front of my computer screen talking about you need some money and here's the GoFundMe link in the description. But every year, every year, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find you Negroes. Show them what these Negroes look like on prom. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Stop the show. Stop the show. Oh man. We gotta talk about this right here. Now I don't know what's wrong with these Negroes. They show up, you know. They got these cars and then they got 30-inch rims on these cars. They got the bass booming. They in there counting this money. Now some are gonna tell me, GMT, man, them kids, they got jobs now. They on social media. They're making millions of dollars. They can flex on us. Okay. I'm a fall back. I'm gonna let y'all have prom. Because you know what happens after prom? After prom, you Negroes gotta graduate. That's right. You Negroes got to graduate. And when you graduate, we supposed to see one or two things. And let me see if I can pull up a viral story real quick. Let me see if I can pull up a viral story real quick. Cause now we are feeding kids to the gynocracy. That's right. They've been programmed, they've been led astray, and now they've been fed to the gynocracy. What does the gynocracy do? This is what the gynocracy does right here. We got this young man. He graduated right here. And I guess this dude, he made a Instagram post. I guess dude is going viral after showing that he only graduated because the teachers was tired of seeing him. And I guess this is Keem Slime. He's holding the baby in his hand, so it could be his baby. Maybe it's his nephew. Maybe, you know, it's his little brother. We have no idea. But he got a post that says, "Mommy, your baby did it." He graduated with a 1.7 GPA. He was a top 477 scholar. He flunked English twice. 4th grade read level, 22 credits, 12 on the ACT, 189 absentees, 74 tardies, suspended 13 times, capital city for 1 month, first person to flunk gym, class clown, just graduated because they was tired of seeing my face. Oh, we definitely got to talk about graduation, because a lot of you people, when you graduate, we seen what happened in the city of Baltimore, Memphis, Tennessee, and a lot of places countrywide. We saw what happened to the LeBron James I Promise School. A lot of you students who look like, who look like you not doing too well in school, but they moving you up to the next grade, and then you graduate high school with a 4th grade reading level. You don't want to work, so you got to get on social media like our man SRT Miles, and you got to act the fool to make some money. So we got the class 2024 just graduated, and we could all figure out, we could all guess, we could take a wild guess of who graduated and who deserved to graduate. Then we had another post right here. You know, we got another post right here, because when these young black men graduate, this is the image they put forth for the world to see. This is the image they put for the world to see. Now, I don't know about you. But I just showed you the bippers of Oakland. Why would you graduate and wear the same outfit that the bippers of Oakland are wearing? We at graduation, cap and gowns with ski masks on. Somebody explain this to me. Why do we get this? Why do we get this, but we don't get this right here?
And his son couldn't hold back the tears.
Don't ever think I ain't got you, man. You been blessing me all your life. Don't ever think I ain't got you, bruh. You've been a blessing to me and mama all your life. And I'm gonna go all out for you. That's what I'm talking about right there.
And so as he was handed the key to his brand new car, his dad wanted him to know that not only is hard work the real key to success in life, but it's also how you can bless the people you love most in this world.
Look at that. Look at that. That's yours. That's yours. When you put in that kind of work and be the kid and the young man that you are, that's how you get blessed, man. You a blessing to me, man. Man, you a blessing to me, man. That's why I do what I do. Don't drop the gas. You feel me? Give him the key.
Stop the show, because last time I checked, there's a thing called the Black Manosphere. There's a thing called the Black Manosphere, Miss Queen Sunkiss. There's a thing called the Black Manosphere, the cynical one. And from what I told in the Manosphere, there's a lot of fathers in this space. From what I told in this space, from these dudes in the Manosphere, they had sons who graduated high school. They done made all this content targeted to B-dubs. They made all this content targeting the gynocracy. We even got individuals. That are professors at some of these colleges. Call themselves having PhDs. But when we see their content, they don't show the black men who took one of their courses, who graduated. You don't see none of these black PhDs. And yes, I'm talking about you, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, Mr. Fresno State University. You do all this content talking about black male misandry and the gynocracy and black women that really aren't outperforming us in college and this, that, and the third. I see you on YouTube day in and day out, week in and week out, month after month, year after year. Never once have I seen you. From all these years you've been working at Fresno State University, home of the Bulldogs. I never seen you do one video in which a black man graduated from your university who took one of your courses and you put your arm around him and said, I'm proud of you from graduating Fresno State University. You're everything that a strong black man should be. I'm grateful that I was able to pour into you and see the young man that you are becoming and will become. I don't see now one of these manosphere dudes put their arm around a son who just graduated, and the Negro who's on the thumbnail to this video, he had 3 boys graduate high school over the years. We don't see a graduation picture. We don't see that father-son moment. But we got all this time to get on YouTube and SBE black women for being educated and successful. We got all this time to talk about how black women being educated and working up the corporate ladder is at a detriment to the black men. But they very own black boys who they claim they advocate for, when they graduate high school, all of that appreciation that they claim black males don't get, when their sons does something like graduate high school, I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm just saying we don't see that moment. We don't see that moment. And these dudes is claiming, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show my work. That was one of the talking points in this space. Show your work. Why they don't show the work that they put into their sons in graduating high school and taking the next step into manhood. I'm just saying, why don't we see that? I mean, that's all I'm looking for. Why don't we see that? But I'm done with prom and graduation. I'm gonna congratulate all you Negroes on your graduation, whether if you graduated with a 1.7 or 4.0, whether if you was a valedictorian, all honor roll with a full ride scholarship, whatever you may fall in the packing order. I wish you well on your future. Next topic. This will be a real brief topic. This will be a real brief topic. Hold on, let me see if I can pull. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I am very disappointed. I am very disappointed in the Grandmaster Troll followers. I'm very disappointed because I done dropped over the last couple of days a couple of videos on the Grandmaster Troll Racing channel. I done dropped a very couple of videos. Now, when I drop my videos, I usually share them to specific groups to try to, get more viewership. To try and get more viewership. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna drop these videos. I'm just gonna drop these videos. I know ain't much people gonna watch them. I'm hearing in the space. I'm hearing in the space. We got JoJo dancing says, did AM give his son a car? I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But I am very disappointed because I got 79 people watching right now. I got 79 people that they will watch me troll the black manosphere. They will watch me dox the manosphere. But then when we talking about putting out different kind of content and how black men, need to leave the gender war alone, black men need to be stop SBEing other black women, and we even had those in the manosphere that said those dudes who are shame blaming, explaining to us why we are shame blaming, explaining to black women are the same person. They need to find different content as well. So I go and I create that content, put it on a channel, and can't even get more than 20 views. And this is some good content right here. So what we gonna do, what am I gonna do is this right. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the link. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to the GMT Racing channel so y'all could go watch and y'all could go subscribe and y'all can inspire your boy to create more content. The reason why I've been on this channel because I gotta create content on other channels. But if people don't support me on those other channels, it's gonna be very hard to give you content on this channel. I'm looking at stuff right now, and I understand. I understand the Joe Biden economy. Now, let me see what else we got. Okay. We had Richard Conley. We had Richard Conley come through. Okay, hold on. Let me see if we can add your boy Richard Conley to the mix. Let's see, we're gonna take you down south. Yeah, we're gonna copy, we're gonna edit and paste, and then we're gonna put R. Conley coming through supporting the show. He dropped 50 on the cash app, but as you can see, Kevin Samuels was able to run it up. Talking about B-dubs. Angry Man was able to run it up and take himself out of poverty, and according to him, lift himself out of poverty and become a 6-figure nigga, talking about B-dubs. But your boy GMT can only get 2 supporters. Only 2 supporters out of the 70, 80 plus people watching. Only 2 supporters talking that real shit, trying to save you from getting hit over the head from criminals and pointing out the ills of the community. Can only get 2 supporters. Hit the Cash App $, the Grandmaster Troll. And if Joe Biden's economy is kicking your ass so much, the least you could do is subscribe to the Grandmaster Troll Racing channel. Now we're going to move on to topic number 5. We got to talk about the WNBA. We got to talk about the NBA. We got Boston and Dallas in the NBA Finals. I think this is Boston's year, but Jason Tatum, he always frees up at the end, but he's playing another team in Dallas who, by some miracle, they made it to the NBA Finals. I don't think nobody picked them to make it to the NBA Finals, but they made it, so Kyrie and Luka will have a chance. But instead of talking about the NBA, there's another problem in the WNBA that we gotta talk about. Let me see if I can find said video of your girl. So those of you that don't know, Caitlin Clark was the darling of women's college basketball without winning a championship. Without winning a championship, meaning she hasn't won anything. The only thing Caitlin Clark has done was score more points than any other women. I believe on the Division I level, there was one other woman who scored more points, but I don't think she played on the Division I level. But Caitlin Clark set the points record for women's college basketball. Caitlin Clark is also a white woman. And we all know America needs themselves a great white hope. And they have anointed Caitlin Clark the next great white hope. Now, there's some people out there that think she could back it up. Some people think she could take the WNBA to the next level. You know, there's a lot of sponsors, a lot of advertisers, a lot of people in important places who are trying to elevate and push the WNBA through Caitlin Clark to maybe take it and give the WNBA the recognitions some feel it deserves. Now, me, I really don't watch the WNBA unless it's the WNBA finals and I happen, catch it on TV. It just really ain't got my excitement yet. So now they're trying to generate excitement is they're trying to showcase beef. That's right. Whenever you're not good enough, whenever your talents can't captivate an audience, what you have to do is you have to make a beef. And that's exactly what we got. We now officially have a beef. Let me see if I could play the clip.
Reputations are earned.
Let me see if I can play the clip and the after effects of said clip right here.
Avery doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And big time contact afterwards. Saw the knockaway there from Clark and then the lay from Boston as the officials are going to take a look at what just transpired between Carter and Clark.
So Caitlin Clark is the girl right here on the ground that got pushed. And I guess that's Carter, the girl that scored the jumper on her.
I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was...
So she scores the bucket, and you could read her lips right here.
The question is, will they call it?
It looks like she called Caitlin Clark a little bitch, and then knocked her, shoved her, bumped her to the ground.
Unnecessary. Kennedy Carter. I think that's going to be a flagrant one, and Clark goes to the line and hits the first. They called it away from the ball foul because it happened prior to the inbound. So then anybody can shoot the free throw. Of course, Indiana would have Clark as a great free throw shooter shoot it. A little surprised that
so that's your girl getting knocked to the ground. So what ends up happening is there's been flagrant ones that happen in basketball, and it's not really a big deal. But you know, whenever your league isn't good enough to stand on its own because you don't have the talent to captivate an audience like the NBA does, and to generate the revenue like the NBA or other men's sports, we gotta go and we gotta run our mouths to the media to garner the attention that we think we deserve. So that happened. Let me see if we can find our girl Angel Reese. We all know Angel Reese. We all know Angel Reese. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find the Angel Reese clip real quick. Let me see if I can find the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark clip right here. Oh, here we go, right here. So, now there's supposed to be this belief that everybody is jealous of one Caitlin Clark. You know, Caitlin Clark is getting all these sponsorships, all these advertisements. She's getting all this attention, and now everybody wants to push this narrative. Everybody wants to push this narrative that everybody's jealous of Caitlin Clark. So let me see if I can play it. We gotta sit through another ad.
Answer the call.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just
wait. Angel Reese, Angel. See, this is what we call delusions of grandeur. This is what we call delusions of grandeur. Angel Reese. WNBA has been going on for a couple of weeks now. There may be a couple of more people at these so-called WNBA games. A couple of people may even be illegal streaming WNBA games. But nobody's watching the WNBA because of you, Angel Reese. Hell, nobody's watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. We are watching the WNBA right now. We are watching the WNBA right now because you guys are engaged in beef and drama. You guys are pushing people. You guys are talking shit in the press conference, in your little press conference. And there's a lot of people out there in the media. I gotta call them out. There's a lot of people who've been hired by ESPN, who've been hired by pick your favorite sports, Fox Sports, MSNBC Sports. There's a lot of no talent people who are getting paid millions of dollars at ESPN, at Fox Sports, who frankly should not have a job. Because they're not good at their job or they're overrated at their job. And since they can't cover sports the way they used to cover sports back in the late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s, the heyday of sports, when sports was grown folk business, since they can't cover sports, they need you women to create beefs because it's easy for them to cover sports and get that ad revenue and bring in those advertising dollars. Because once all this beef is over and you have to line up and play in the so-called hold on let me see what Angel Reese is averaging. Let's see what numbers Angel Reese is putting up. Let's see the stats of one Angel Reese. let me see if I can pull up Angel Reese stats. We got our girl Angel Reese averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds, which I will say is a respectable stat line. But if you think we're watching you, Angel Reese, because you're averaging 10 and 9, I want to smoke the same crack pipe you're smoking on. If you think we're watching the WNBA because you're averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds a game, because if you think 10 points and 9 rebounds a game is going to be enough to get my black ass to turn on that TV and watch your Muppet ass attempt to dribble a basketball up and down the court, I want to know what crack you're smoking, because that's not going to be good enough to get your boy GMT to watch. So let me see what Caitlin Clark is averaging. Let me see if I can pull up the Caitlin Clark stat line. Let's see what she averaging during the season. And then we got your girl. And then we got your girl Caitlin Clark. Oh my God. Your girl Caitlin Clark is averaging 15, 5, and 6. If you think 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists is going to be enough to get GMT after a hard day's work to come sit in this chair, turn my TV, and watch the Great White Hope play basketball, and she's only averaging 15 points a game? I'm from the days where Kobe used to average 30, where Jordan used to average 30, where my favorite basketball player before he started chasing super teams and James Harden was averaging 35 a game and just boogieing on everybody. If you think 15 points is enough to watch the so-called greatest female basketball player, is going to be enough to get GMT to watch the game, you are fooling yourself. We got the WNBA talking about they should be paid the same as the NBA players. No, you shouldn't. First of all, your games aren't as long. Your season isn't as long. Your playoffs isn't as long. And we just gotta be honest. The NBA, in terms of skill level, is here. The skill level for the WNBA level is here. That could be through the gender and athleticism, but that just is what it is. Now, maybe if Caitlin Clark was averaging 25, 8, and 8, maybe I'll watch. If Angel Reese was averaging 20 and 10, maybe I'll watch. But 10 points and 9 rebounds is not enough for GMT to watch the WNBA. Let's go ahead and move on to topic number 6. Oh, we gotta talk about space killers. We gotta talk about space killers. We gotta talk about the people who killed the black manosphere. We gotta talk about, because I'm gonna do a whole pre-recorded series, and this is gonna be a real brief topic. I'm gonna do a real brief pre-record videos of each content creator and the part they played in killing what was the black manosphere. From your boy Kevin Samuels, from your boy O'Shea, to the Angry Man, to Jessica X, to Ty City, DJ Kuda, all these content creators, even myself. I'm going to do a pre-record of how each individual killed what was known as the black manosphere, because the black manosphere was once a thriving community where people had different ideas and were able to talk about different ideas. You were able to meet different people. You were able to do business. You was even able to get your YouTube channel started and get monetized instantly. Get you a following instantly. But now you're not able to do that. Let me close this door. Let me get something to drink. You were able to do all of that in the manosphere, but now the space is dead. Now topics is dead. People getting kicked off YouTube. Some of y'all's favorite content creators have even passed away. And now the space looks different. I think the first person I'm going to talk about when I drop this series, first person I'm going to talk about is Jessica X. I think the second will be O'Shea. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this series of who killed the space. We're going to put blame on everybody and where that blame should be. Because this space was supposed to be something of substance. There's a reason why I haven't been going live lately. Because I'm looking at all these new content creators. I'm looking at these old and played out talking points. And I am just uninspired to go live. I am so... Hold on. I am so uninspired. Let me go ahead and bring back these topics. I am so uninspired that I had to talk about the WNBA. That's how uninspiring this space is. Where I had to talk about the WNBA before I got into any manosphere content. The WNBA is actually more interesting than the manosphere. That is how the space has died. We got, who said it says the space is changing? We got RT the brand says, I believe Wembyana averaged about 15. He was rookie of the year. Somebody said Kobe averaged 7 points his first season, but nobody was talking about Kobe during his rookie year. That's just is what it is. But the space has died. People have lost channels. They've been banned off the platform because they couldn't evolve and they couldn't stay with the times. So now we're gonna move into the main topic. We're going to move into the main topic. Let me close some of these windows now that I don't need them. we got to move in. We got to move into the main topic. And I'm so uninspired by this main topic that I really didn't even... I didn't even look through the live to pinpoint exactly when he said it, when he said it. So, excuse me if I can't find the exact talking point, but I'm gonna try and fish through and see if I can find it. See if I can find it. It was toward the middle end.
Of a disloyal woman.
Let me see.
Something else.
Let me see if I can find it.
I want to hear, right? Oh, angry man ain't red pill no more. Angry man ain't this. Angry man simple.
Here we go. Now, I find it real funny. I find it real funny that people can come into a space, beat their chest, and SBE shame, blame, and explain with the best of them. Go from being homeless to cutting heads in a barbershop and sleeping in your car. You get your cell phone and you look into the camera and you talk trash about your baby mama and all these B-dubs and how they put you through the ringer and how they put you on child support, and you shame, blame, and explain to them how they were wrong. And you do it so good that black men from around the world who are going through the same thing, if I let you tell it, they're having baby mama issues, child support is kicking their ass. Some of these dudes can't find a B-dub to date. Whatever it may be, but you go live as you are homeless, as warrants are out for your arrest for unpaid child support. You yell and you scream at the camera about how these black bitches and they don't submit it, they don't listen, and I hate black women, they're stressed, and black lesbians and all this nonsense. You do all that yelling and screaming. And you galvanize black men to give you money. And you galvanize these black men so much that they gave you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. And if we let you tell it, angry man, 6 figures. They give you 6 figures because you was slaying B-dubs, you was slaying flightless birds, and now you're on the cusp of 1 million subscribers. And on, let me see if I can pull up the date. And on June 4th, you get up in front of that exact same audience on that exact same YouTube channel under the exact same name, and you talk about you done with shame, blaming, and explaining. You get up on your platform and you talk about how you done with shame, blaming, and explaining. And then we get other dudes. Let me see if I can pull up this clip. I got to pull up. I got to pull up this clip right here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Name or something like that.
Man, this is gonna be some nasty work, because there was a lot of dudes who was talking about. There was a lot of dudes. Oh man, you see, you see what you making me do, Ty City. There was a lot of dudes who was against they were against SBE content. They claimed to be, you know, we shouldn't be talking about women, this, that, and the third. But when dudes is SBE and they be on their live streams for whatever reason, they be on their live streams celebrating the SBE.
Hey, all right, so my son is going to be more than okay. Guess what? When people say, what do you want the...
Let me see if I can find it.
A chick could be saying some goofy shit, and you supposed to look at her and say, yo, man, chill out.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to hear that right now.
Speak on it.
That's not out of a man's character. That is a man's character.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Wait a minute, Ty City. Wait a minute, Ty City. Ty City. Where is the uncut underground? Where do they find these niggas? Where do they find these Negroes? And why can't my shit stay in focus? God damn, why can't my camera focus on your boy? God damn. So you spent all these years, Ty City, all these years, shame blaming and explaining to other men why they shouldn't be shame, blame, and explaining. And now one of the shame, blame, and explaining founding fathers finally admits he is no longer shame, blaming, and explaining. He's saying his last bit of SBE, and you shaking your head agreeing with him. I just need somebody to explain this to me. That's all I need. I just need somebody anywhere to explain this bullshit to me.
Yeah.
That's why these dudes nowadays ain't got a clue when it come to dealing with women.
Yeah. Speak on it.
They follow you suckers.
Speak
you
on it.
don't know what the fuck you talking about because you didn't never have no girls coming up.
Yeah.
You just now seeing women. The most women them niggas have seen is the women that's sitting on them damn panels.
Hey, angry man cooking with hot.
Now all of a sudden, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So all these niggas on these panels who got tore through child support, who got arrested behind some B-dub, who had a kid and had to go through parent alienation. All these dudes who got cheated on, who are on these panels. Now, all of a sudden, these same dudes who was kicking out money, who done took angry men out of poverty, literally, from homeless to middle class, if we let him tell it, upper middle class. Now them same dudes, the only women they deal with is the women on these panels. Is this where we go? We got Big J Triplax talking about angry man is preaching. What do you mean? We got all these fathers in this space. All these dudes been on child support, and now all of a sudden these same dudes who are on these same panels, who were over there with Anton Daniels, LaPeef Network. Now those same dudes are only the only women they dealt with are on panels, and we are on our live stream talking about angry man is cooking.
Speak on it.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about because you didn't never have no girls coming up.
Yeah.
You just now seeing women. The most women them niggas have seen is the women that's sitting on them damn panels.
Hey, angry man cooking with hot grease on you boys, man. Yeah. Yeah, angry man cooking with hot grease. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The first time in their life they really been around chicks like that.
Oh, man.
And you know it's true because of how they sit there and let them talk crazy and rarely ever check them.
Yep. Yep.
He's like, oh, they do be checking. No, they don't.
Yeah.
They be letting them say all of that dumb shit so they can try to prove them wrong and debunk it. I don't got time to be trying to prove no chick wrong.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, angry man. You were SBE. You went to different panels. You used logic. You were shame, blame, and explaining to Cynthia G when they had panels. You would have panels. BGS for Women would have panels. The Coliseum, and you would break down and talk and explain and stats in the hat on how these women were wrong. And then now all of a sudden you get 700,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden you're not explaining to women how they are wrong, but you built a whole career explaining to women how they are wrong. I mean, these Negroes is funny. The way they could pivot within a pivot. You got one dude right here in the hat. This Negro in the hat, he used to explain to Angry Man, he used to explain to other dudes why SBE was a waste of time. Now he pivots under false pretenses, and now we're saying he's cooking. But it gets worse. It's about to get worse because I got the tape. I'm hoping it'll play. Let's go ahead and play it.
An angry man, and it's like, bro, I'm not gonna feed your red pill rage. I'm not gonna do it. I've talked about what black women do ad nauseum. So at this point, you either understand how they move and operate or you don't. You have to get to a point where we can diagnose all day. But the purpose of diagnosing something is to come up with a solution for it. So once you have diagnosed every aspect of an issue, you then have to say, okay, so how do we handle this now that we know what the problem is?
Stop. We've been saying this. People in the reject army been saying this since 2018, 2019. We said it 2020. We said it 2021, 2022, 2023. And in 2024, we just threw up our hands and we fell back because we saw the space was dying. And now all of a sudden, King SBE, we've diagnosed the problems. We point out everything wrong, and if you're still caught up on these B-dubs, well then that's just on you. I'm no longer SBE no more. Even though I've been fighting for the last 10 years on why we should be SBE and why we should be shame, blame, and explain, while I will continue to shame, blame, and explain, all of a sudden, June 4th, 2024, we don't have the stomach to SBE no more? Is this what we're doing, angry man? No. You're walking away from SBE. Tell us more.
And at this point, every dude, every black guy in America should have a solution. And the solution is simple. The women that I've discussed, the women that many of us have discussed ad nauseum, those are the women you avoid. Because guess what? talking about what they do every day, day in and day out, it ain't gonna make them stop.
Angry man, we yelled this to you from 2018 to 2023, and you didn't want to hear it. You did not want to hear it. Now all of a sudden, Angry man, you are reciting the same talking points that I've recited, that Mary Brown has recited, Big J Triple X, Reg the bad guy. There's been a lot of dudes who say, you know what, we see the problem with some of these B-dubs. We know how to operate. We know we're just going to leave them alone, or we're going to focus on the women who aren't like that. We don't need to shame, blame, and explain. But you said, no, we got to shame them. We got to show them. We got to shame them. It's all about the next generation of women coming up. We got to show them that there's a better way. And now all of a sudden, we're walking away. You're walking away from your bread and butter.
It's like I told the other day. You're not gonna change the 304s. You're not gonna change the Strags of the world. They're gonna keep doing what they do. And I've given you guys enough content. About their behavior that you should be experts on it. You should be experts on it. When do we get to the point where we talk about what the men can do to better their lives?
Whoa. Hey, you, are you saying, Angry man? Angry man, I know you're not going to pivot to self-improvement. We've been talking about self-improvement since C Boogie and them. Now all of a sudden, Angry man, you want to talk about self-improvement? No, you can't make that. You can't just make that pivot now and expect nobody to say nothing about it.
What? Improving your life is not centered around a woman's behavior.
What? Improving your life is not centered around a woman's behavior? Last 5 years, you've argued the opposite.
That those two things are separate. It doesn't matter what the women are doing out here.
It doesn't matter what. It don't matter. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Angry man. You told me, Angry man. The woman that you laid up with, who you had your kids by, had you out there homeless, cutting heads in a barbershop. And now, today, it don't matter what them women do now. That's not what you told us black men for the last 7 years. And I'd be damned if I let you make this pivot and not call it out. And I have to call this pivot out.
Because you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to be in a relationship with them. And I think the reason why dudes are so hung up on this is because they think they have to be with these women. You don't have to be with them. You can be single and not even deal with them if you can't find a decent woman that's gonna be on your program and act like she got some damn sense. Because I'm not talking about it does not mean that I've made up my mind that they're not doing anything wrong. I'm just sick of talking about it. I'm sick of talking about it, bro. The whole reason I wrote my book is to show dudes how to navigate the dating world to avoid those type of women. You feel what I'm saying? And at this point, dudes should understand how to move. This should no longer be an issue for you.
Stop the show, Angry Man, because now, Angry Man, you just completed. You're making two contradictory arguments. Let me go ahead and back it up. Just a little bit more so the people could hear the contradictory argument.
To avoid those type of women.
Okay, so you wrote that book to avoid those type of women. But during your SBE days, you said you can't avoid those type of women because you said these type of women, they change up on you when you get them pregnant. So you could have a woman that's submissive, that's on your program, Angry Man. And the minute you get her pregnant, just like you've been telling us for the 7 years, you told us that these women switch up. You told us that these women switch up, Angry Man. In fact, Angry Man, you did another live stream that I want to briefly touch upon real quick. Let me see if I could pull up this live stream this Negro did, where he broke down, I think he broke down the hierarchies of men. And he's getting ready to get y'all Negroes lined up. Let me see if I can find this live stream.
Turn shipping.
Is this the live stream? This may be the live stream right here. See, it's funny. It's funny when Negroes. This is fun. This is funny to me. When Negroes get a little bit of money, when they get enough of you Negroes money to pay their child support, when they get a little bit of enough money to pay their mortgage and pay their bills, when you Negroes give these content creators just enough money where they could buy new sports cars, show up in live streams with Gucci and jewelry, they talk differently than what they were talking about in the past. You see, the money's not supposed to change you. The money's not supposed to change you and change how you operate. And now you out here Big Willie style on Negroes because you got 700,000 subscribers. You got Negroes hitting your super chat and you say you're talking about trending topics, this, that, and see, all that's not supposed to change you. You see, I've always been about self-improvement. Grandmaster Troll's always been about making the right decisions. Grandmaster Troll's always been about not having kids out of wedlock. Grandmaster Troll's always been about not committing crimes and getting arrested. Grandmaster Troll's always been about telling the truth, being honest. I haven't changed that, but the minute these Negroes get a little bit of money, you remember this, Angry Man, right? You call yourself Angry Man, breaking down the hierarchy of men. Let me see if I could play some of this right here. So you had the billionaire guy and the Rolls Royce and who they could date. And then you had the millionaires guy and the Bentley and who they can date. And then you had the six-figure, the 100,000, you know, the high value man in the Lexus, and who they can date and the submission they could expect to get from a woman. Then you had, you know, the average earner, you know, your trash truck drivers driving the Lexus and who they can date and the kind of submission they should be able to get. And then you had Pookie in the Nissan Altima, and you tried to explain why this Negro right here shouldn't expect to get any submission or cooperation from a woman. But what you failed to realize, angry man, there's two things you failed to realize, angry man. As these black men turn on their live streams, as they go to their favorite gossip channel, their favorite celebrity channel, Madame Noir, Ebony, whatever it may be, TMZ, they could see billionaires get torn out the frame and get divorced and get took half of the shit. Salute to Jeff Bezos and Amazon. They could turn on their TV and they can see millionaires. Even though they're millionaires, they get torn out their frame. They get disrespected. Pick your favorite actor, comedian, Will Smith, basketball player Kevin Garnett. They could turn on court TV and see a six-figure-year Negro get torn out the frame by his wife. Then we see the hard-working man get torn out by his girl. Then we even see Pookie and them getting torn out. So what that tells the Grandmaster Troll, it ain't about the money. It's never been about the money. Sure, it may play a part in it depending on who you pick, but it's never about the money. This is why I'm so shocked, because this is one thing back in the days that Angry Man stood on. But you give these Negroes a little bit of money, they will pivot and they will change up on you. Whatever you allow and tolerate as a man is what you dictate, and that doesn't matter how much money you make or not. If you tolerate bullshit, you gonna get bullshit. But we got Negroes on YouTube. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. We got Negroes on YouTube. They're making charts, they're making drawings, they're comparing dudes' values to money and kind of cars they could drive, this, that, and the third. And if you driving a Nissan Altima, you shouldn't expect to, get submission. And if you a middle class worker who got you a job and you driving a Honda Accord, there's certain level of submission. And if you a little bit higher than that, you could get some, but not all. And if you become six figures like the Angry Man, you could get all the submission you could get from a woman. If you're a millionaire, you're definitely gonna get it. And if you're a billionaire, you could definitely gonna get the submission. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, the problem with that argument is there's dudes on each level. Billionaire, millionaire, six figures, 80 to 100K, 60 to 80K, and then below 60K. We see dudes at each level get submission from women, get a woman to cooperate and follow their program, and we saw women who dated guys at each level be disrespected, hit, torn out the frame, stabbed, lied on in court, So that leads me to believe when I look at the triangle of things, what a man make is not going to dictate the kind of cooperation and submission he's going to get from his woman. There's something else that goes with that, and that's something else nobody can quite explain. They can't make a chart. They can't talk about it. So it's kind of hard to put into words what it is so people can understand. But when you need super chats, when you got to sell courses, when you're trying to sell 101 coachings, you trying to collab with this content creator and that content creator, then you gotta flex. You gotta show the new Lambo you bought. You gotta show the new Porsche you bought, the new Gucci chain you bought, the Gucci sweatshirt, the designer clothes you got. See, it becomes about the money because the money communicates something. The money, they're using the money to communicate, I got this, I could teach you how to get this. And a lot of you Negroes, a lot of you dumb Negroes, you step in, you buy them 101 coachings, you signed up for them $1,000 courses, and what did a lot of you Negroes find out? Because these Negroes who had these coachings, these courses, when I go read the reviews, what they were teaching you didn't bring you the results that you thought it was going to bring you. But we go back, not that video. We got to go back to this video right here and listen to this video right here.
You feel what I'm saying? And at this point, dudes should understand how to move. This should no longer be an issue for you, unless you're stuck on stupid. But I've never been one to continuously tell somebody what they're doing wrong if they continue to move in that way. It's no different with my sons. I'll tell my sons a few times, yo, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that, you need to do this, you need to do that. And guess what? If I sit back and I notice that they're continuing to do stuff that I told them not to do, well, guess what? I'm going to stop talking. Because I'm not going to beat my head against a brick wall. I'm not.
You see, Angry Man? That sounds real nice, Angry Man. That sounds real nice. You know, I got sons, you know, I tell them to do stuff. And if they don't do it, I eventually don't talk and I let them bump their head and they're going to figure it out. For the last 7 years, Angry Man, you was quick to tell a B-Dub what not to do, what to do. You've been on panel after panel after panel after panel, year after year after year, shame, blaming, and explaining to these women. Now that you're approaching 1 million subscribers, now that you're trying to shop your channel for brand deals, now that you're trying to collab with other YouTubers, you know, go on the Fresh and Fit show, go on this podcast, go on that podcast, and then you feel as though you have enough subscribers to say, yo, I'm the Angry Man, I talk about this, this, and this, I have 700,000 subscribers, can you please, Uncle Shay Shay, can you please let me on your show? I won't talk trash about the BW. I won't even shame, blame, and explain on the BW. but yo, I leave BWs alone. There's so much more to the Angry Man platform than bashing black women all the time. I have more to offer, Uncle Shay Shay. Please let me on your show. Now we gotta adjust to the pivot. Instead of just coming out and saying and being real and keeping it to the people and saying, you know what, I'm at 700,000 subscribers. I believe I could get to 1 million. And if I get to the 1 million, I really believe I could be a force in social media. But I understand that my rhetoric of bashing the B-dubs, is going to cause me some problems. So I'm going to pivot and leave shame, blame, and explaining on alone and move in a different direction. That's something that people can stomach. But when you get up here and you half-stepping and you telling lies and you contradicting stuff that you've been saying for the last 7 years, the Grandmaster Troll got to call that out. I got to let you know, hey, Angry Man, I understand you want to leave SB alone, but I feel as though you lying to the people, and this is why. I know, Angry Man, you're not going to respond to me because I doxed you and I know little intricate details in your life that you don't want to have to answer in a platform in which people was recording because they're going to use your answers and pair it up to what you've been saying over the years, and it's not going to measure up and you're going to look bad and it's going to rub you the wrong way. Believe me, Angry Man, I know you don't want that. But if there's one thing I figured about YouTube, you could come on YouTube, look the camera in the eye, and lie to people and get caught in that lie, and people will still rock with you. You could rob people, you could pimp underage girls, you could have underage girls on the blade. There's been people who have done a lot of things and people still love they funky dress and they still ride behind them. So people are still gonna ride behind you, Angry Man. But I'm just saying, this bullshit you try to sell, the GMT is not buying it.
You feel me? Because if I'm telling you that you need to avoid this and you need to avoid that, and you still want to do it, that means you hard-headed. And that means that my words are not getting through. My words are going in one ear and out the other. And so now you got to learn the hard way. There's two ways you can learn. You can learn through tutelage or you can learn through experience. And it's gotten to the point where I've done enough teaching about the behavior of women. You feel me? That's why you noticed the other day I did a show about the economic levels of men. And I talked about what the women qualified for. And a lot of people probably thought that was me going in on women again. No, that was me trying to illustrate where the men stand as far as your socioeconomic standing and what you should be expecting from the women and what you should what you should and shouldn't tolerate at those economic levels. So that video was more for the guy.
Oh, you see the flaw? You see the flaw in that, Angry Man? You see the flaw in that, Angry Man? At different economic levels, there's different things you should expect from a woman. You don't see the conflict in that, Angry Man? If you make $100,000 a year, you can't expect the same thing from a woman at $1 million a year. If you're at $100,000 and you make $89,000, there's about $11,000 difference of respect that you should be able to get from your woman. You see the flaw in that? And these Negroes are supposed to be red pill. They're supposed to be advocating for men. They're supposed to be advocating for men, but at the end of the day, money is just the tool. Money is just what you use to barter with. If you gonna take bullshit when you was making $100,000, and now that you making $1 million, what makes you think that the woman you with is not going to give you the same problems at $100,000 that she gave to you at $1 million? If you with a woman and you making $40,000, and since you're at the bottom of the economic class and you got a woman making $40,000, and then a couple of years later you're making $1 million, what make you think that that woman who was disrespecting you when you was making $40,000 won't disrespect you when you now making $1 million? I thought y'all niggas had women figured out. I still see y'all niggas got a lot to learn. Y'all Negroes got a lot to learn. Let me ask you this, angry man. Even I know you won't answer. When you was with your current wife now, even I know you haven't been married, because I still haven't seen the wedding cake. I still haven't seen the wedding ceremony. I haven't even seen a wedding ring, but you claim to be married, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. When you was married to your woman, and you was living in her apartment, where your wife and your stepdaughter's name was on the lease, and you were struggling at that time financially, was your wife then disrespectful then? Or was she submissive, understanding, and went along with your program? And now that you're making 6 figures, is she any more or any less disrespectful, uncooperative than she is now? Because if I know you the way that I know you, and the way that I know that paperwork, in which I've been breaking down for the last 5 years, I am willing to bet that your so-called current wife was submissive and cooperative then, the same way she's submissive and cooperative now. And I find it real funny, angry man, that you would get on YouTube and fix your mouth to tell that lie, because there's anything that we red pillars know. If there's anything that these red pillars know, if you find a woman who would love your funky draws when you broke, she ain't gonna give you no problems when you rich if you find the right girl. But we still on YouTube. We still on YouTube telling these lies and acting like we don't hear them. I hear the lies. I hear the inconsistencies. But go ahead. Go ahead and keep lying to the people.
Eyes than the women. Now, if the women were watching, those that got some sense, they could look at that and understand, oh, you know what? I need to step my game up if I want to deal with this type of guy or that type of guy. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not Kevin Samuels. I'm not going to make a career of trying to teach hard-headed women what they need to do to get a good man, because in all honesty, a lot of the women that I saw go on Kevin's show, when I did get a chance to see his show, those women didn't deserve good men. So I'm not gonna sit back and constantly
stop the show. Because he just caught himself. You just caught yourself, angry man. See, you can pull that bullshit on your channel, because when people like me get in the chat room and they start to pick apart your arguments, the people with wrenches hits us over the head. But now I can go live on my channel, and in Chat Mafia, your chat can't hit me over the head. So those women who were on Kevin Samuels' show, you say they didn't deserve good men. Are good men just billionaires? Are good men just millionaires? Are good men just men who make 6 figures? Are good men dudes making 50 to 100K? Are good men dudes making 30 to 50K? I think if we had an honest conversation, angry man, we could say there are good men at each economic level. And those women who were on Kevin Samuels showing their ass, they don't deserve a good man, whether if he's at 6 figures and above or 6 figures and below. I think that's something we can agree with, angry man. But you on here telling on yourself, angry man. You on here telling on yourself.
You try to school women that don't deserve a good man what they need to do to get a good man, because until they make up in their mind that they want to change their behavior, there's nothing you can tell them. You can talk until you blue in the face. You can talk until you blue in the face. They still gonna do what they want to do. You feel me? Especially if they've set in their mind that that's how they're gonna operate and that's how they're gonna move. You're fighting an uphill battle. Shout out to Zoo for being a sponsor. Appreciate you. At this point, there's a new solution. You know what the solution is? Once you realize
there's a new solution, a new one,
that the women as a whole are on a certain type of time. It's like, okay, we can't change all of them. We can't change all of them, not through shame or browbeating them into understanding that their behavior, because they don't hear the logic. The only thing they hear is the ridicule. They don't hear the logic. All they hear is whatever they perceive as an insult. So they're not hearing the logic, right? So as a man, browbeating them with words is not going to change them. What I've learned as I've gotten older, what I've learned through wisdom, is that the easiest way to change a woman is to inspire her to decide to change, right? And the only way that men can do that at this point is you got to stop focusing on the women as a whole, and you got to set your boundaries and your standards to exclude the ones that are acting a fool and only deal with the ones that's acting like they got some sense. Now, if every man in Western culture got on that type of time, what would happen is the women, because women are motivated by self-interest. They're motivated by selfishness. Okay. And it's not malicious. It's just the way they're wired. Women operate off of a sense of selfishness. And unfortunately for us, that will never change. The reason why is because from an evolutionary standpoint, women have always been selfish. They needed to be selfish for their survival, right? So if a woman back in the day when we were hunter-gatherers, if a woman wanted to survive, she had to pick the biggest, strongest man. And she had to utilize that man to get the things that she needed. She had to utilize that man to fight for her. She had to utilize that man to hunt for her. She had to utilize that man to protect her. So you're never going to get away from the concept of a woman using a man for her purposes, right? The only thing that you can do as a man is you have to make sure that there's reciprocity. In other words, there's a trade. You know, fair exchange is no robbery. So you have to understand a woman is going to want to use you for your resources, for your protection, for all of those things. But you have to get something in return for that.
Really angry, man. Really, I find it real interesting that you would say something like that, because we've been saying that for years. We've been saying, hey, don't leave them women alone. Stop taking them on dates. Stop talking to them. Stop giving them attention. Stop giving them what they want. Dudes in the manosphere, day in and day out, kept giving them attention, kept sending them money, kept talking to them, kept getting them pregnant, kept paying their bills, and was wondering why. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on StreamYard. I done hit the wrong button. I'm getting ready to drop the link. But I find it real funny, Angry Man. I find it real funny, Angry Man, that after all these years on YouTube, you've been saying what I've been saying for the last 5-7 years. After we done broke it down and talked about how why SBE is a waste of time, as D Darrell comes in $4.99 on the super chat. Let me go ahead and drop the link real quick. Try to get it to move up so I can pin it. There we go. The link has been pinned. But these are all the reasons. These are all the reasons. Hold on, let me add D Darrell's name to the list of supporters. I find it interesting that after all these years, Angry Man, you finally took a turn, and you're no longer going to SBE black women. You're going to focus on black male improvement, and you're going to lead the charge for black male improvement, because if black men are the best versions of themselves and they set boundaries, then the women who are selfish in nature will change to feed their selfish hearts. And I just want to thank you, Angry Man, that you could lead this movement, and now we could stop with the SBE.
As long as you're getting something in return for that, there's no issue. As long as you're getting cooperation from her, submission from her, her teaching your children what you lay out. You feel what I'm saying? As long as there's a give and take, there's not an issue. So the only way that you can really get women back into that mind state is you have to be the best man that you can be for yourself. And once you are the best man you can be for yourself, you have to maintain a standard that the raggedy women can't get you. You have to genuinely be the prize. And when more men start operating like that, and the women start looking around and noticing they can only get a good man if they operate and move a certain way, only then will there be a cultural shift where they'll decide to change. The problem is today there aren't enough men that are about their business and operate the way men should operate. The men's standards are too low. As long as the men's standards are that low, the women are going to operate on a low frequency. This
This is the problem, Angry Man. This is the problem, Angry Man. This is the problem, Angry Man. You want men to self-improve and select better women while being the best versions of themselves and becoming the prize. I'm glad you said that, Angry. But let me lean into the camera real quick. Let me break something down to you, Angry Man. Just like that B-dub is unable to change for the better, your black male counterparts will never change and make the right sacrifices to be the best versions of themselves and stop selecting toxic women. So if you think you could pivot and try to talk that self-improvement to these Negroes in this space and think you're going to see a change, you're fooling yourself. They just like that B-dub. Just like that B-dub who can't submit. Black men can't sacrifice. They can't sacrifice and leave them toxic women alone. They're still gonna date single mothers who got 4, 5 different baby daddies. They're still gonna date gold diggers and get took to the ringer. They're gonna date those toxic women who will put them in jail or 6 feet under because they are not capable. You see, Angry Man? The same way how it took you 7 years to now realize those B-dubs won't change. It took me 7 years to realize these niggas will never change. That's why I fell all the way back. Cause I know these Negroes ain't capable. The same way you know the B-dub ain't capable. And if none of them remain capable, you remember those bippers I showed you out in Oakland? You remember the people who are committing home evasions? You remember SRT? What was his name? What was that Negro name? I can't believe I'm forgetting that Negro name already. Well, that was topic number 2. SRT Miles. Those crimes are going to keep happening over and over and over because the community, let me say it again, the community is unable to change. I dropped the link a couple of minutes ago. I pinned it to the top. I haven't seen nobody hit the link. I got 91 people watching. Ain't nobody hit the link. So I guess I'll play a little bit more. If nobody wants to come up and get on StreamYard with your boy, I may have to shut it down. I may have to shut it down and talk about something more constructive because I already know these Negroes and B-dubs is unable to change. I know it already. So I don't fight it no more. I don't argue it. In fact, I expect every time I come home, I sit at this computer. I log into my YouTube account. I hit the home button, and there's a tab that has your recommendeds, and one of those recommended tabs is news. I know when I come home and sit on my laptop and I hit that news tab icon right there, I already know there's gonna be somebody who got the same skin color, just like me. He gonna be out there robbing. He gonna be out there shooting. He gonna be out there stealing. He gonna be out there thieving. He gonna be out there scamming. He's gonna be involved in some degenerate behavior because he is incapable of being the best versions of himself, because one, he won't make the sacrifice, and two, he probably came from a household in which the people who raised him were incapable of being the best versions of themselves and setting a standard that their offspring would follow. So when I walk through that sliding door and I drop my backpack and I come sit in this chair and I open up my laptop and I click that news, I sit with a smile on this face and I ask myself, I wonder what the hell these niggas did today. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Peace.